Hi everybody, it's Diane. I'm back to do a little bit more on my Somerset inspired project. In case you want to see more, I'm going to film it. I found this when I went downstairs to put my video on my laptop so I could clear the camera card and have room for the next video. This had been left behind when I showed you the other napkins that Eva sent me from Truly All Supplies. And how perfect is this with this project with the vegetables? I thought that this would be great to use in this project, but I really wanted to use my vintage magazine ads. But I did want to show it to you, and I will certainly use these. I love this napkin. This might be my favorite out of all the ones that she sent me. And if you want to see them and the link, go to the previous video that shows the rest of this project that I'm doing, and you'll see the rest of the napkins, and there will be a link to her shop, Truly All Supplies. So this is what we did in the previous video, the large tag, and I added this. I had this piece of corrugated cardboard, and I just rubbed my Stays On Timber Brown ink on it, and then pressed it down onto the back so there's some journaling lines. And when I find the piece that I had cut off the bottom with the rest of this ad, I'll add it to the bottom. I'll add a piece of it to the bottom just to carry over the theme. But it's in my pile here and I couldn't find it, but I'll find it. And then we did this one with a picture of Loretta Young with her little quote there about Lux soap, a bit of vintage ledger that's been written on a vintage bingo card, and then I inked around it, which brought out, can you see the perforated edge there? I've got green on my finger and I'm going to show you why in a second. I didn't even realize that this was perforated, so on two edges, so inking it brought that out. And then we did this one, and I didn't do anything more to that. So I said I was going to ink this seam binding to match the colors. So that's what I did, and that's why my finger is green. And I left it because I want to show you how I did it. So then I'll clean my finger after I show you. So I just cut a length of it. And you could rub it on, but you don't get much color that way. So this is what I do. So I just take a piece in my other hand and press my finger down on it and just pull it. And of course my finger gets in the ink, and then turn it over and do the same thing on the other side. And the color will absorb in. You wouldn't want to get it wet because this is a water-based ink, so the color would run. But we don't usually get our journals and tags wet, so it should be okay. So there's a little piece. I just wanted to show that to you. I've done that. I just don't do it that often because I have a variety of colors of seam binding. I don't know why I did that. I already had one out and ready, so I didn't have to make all that noise. So I've already pulled some images in preparation, so this video won't take so long. I didn't use my colored file folders, and I do want to do that, but I'm running out of crafting time. I've got to move on to other things today. So we'll just do these few projects that I pulled out. I have 2 tags and a bingo card. So here I went and got my green bingo card. I just love this image of the little girl, and this is advertising pectin or something to make jellies with. And I just love the way that vintage photography is muted. I don't know how they get that funky color, but that's in the ads from 40s, maybe 30s. I'm not sure how old this magazine was. And because the top of her head is flat because she was in a box, you know, I could have done that, but then this is flat, and so I wanted the bingo part to show. So I cut this off the bottom It says you can't beat jelly, and I trimmed it up real small. And I'm going to put that at the top. Another piece of my old ledger. And I'll just put this right there. And that, I think, is going to do it for this one. It's a very simple, easy card, but I'm going to put something on the back for journaling. That's somebody from the United States calling me. I even got a couple calls yesterday that said Sayre, Pennsylvania. So I took those calls, but again, it was, what do you call it? Robot calling about credit cards. It's squared off there too, but I'm not going to worry about that. So you can't even trust it when it's in your hometown. Do you think it needs anything else? Maybe I should put something down here. This is the pectin that they're advertising. Oh, left me a voicemail. The last time that happened, when I ignored a call like that and I got a voicemail, it was just empty airspace. I want something to kind of fill up that corner, so I'm going to have to put something behind that. I don't know if this will be it. I was thinking of something in a circle shape. I know that this fragile paper wouldn't cut with a punch. It would just tear it up. So I'm going to put this paper behind it, and it works beautifully. Oh, that was a double layer of receipt. Yeah, I think that helps. Adds a little something. So cut up your pieces, your bingo cards, your receipts and ledger papers. Cut them up and use them the way that it works for you. And I want to add something to the back. gonna look at some washi tape. Got green going on here. It'd have to be kind of wide washi tape. I don't have a lot of really wide ones. Got this chicken one, rooster. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna start with this. Well, first I'll glue this down. Oops, that's not what I want. I want this. And I'm going to start with the black and white. Very graphic. I do this just like the seam binding on the ink pad. And then add a little color. Like this. This kind of just fell out. I didn't pull it out. It fell at me, so I'm going to use it. This is one of a Jane Davenport set. Color swatches on it. Well, that does cover it. Ah. Just because I have this chicken out, I'm going to use a little tiny piece of it. Just going to put it right there. Chickens don't have anything to do with jelly, but there you go. The colors are good. Alright, so there's the bingo card that can be journaled on. Now, this is going to be quite simple, I believe. And I got this inspiration from this tag right there. So I took the word Jello, and I'm going to use this red piece of a bingo card, and then I'm going to add this for red letter desserts. But I want to ink this tag up pretty good. And you may notice I peeled this so it's a thinner, it's not as heavy, because I didn't want to make the tag too bulky. And by peeling it, I mean there's layers of cardboard, I just peeled some of it off. start by gluing this down, and this got started to peel too thin, so I'm going to glue that down. I have to glue that layer back down. Where's my Jello word? Oh, come on, I couldn't lose the Jello word. But I did. Oops, sorry, I think I found it on the floor. Jello for red letter desserts. And then the back of the tag can be journaled on, but I'm going to add this because this is sideways. I'm going to put that on that way. Or I don't have to. I could put it on that way. Six delicious flavors of Jello. Wonder how many they have now. Looking for a red string. I don't really want eyelash trim. Baker's twine would be good, but I don't have red. Can you believe it? I have this from the Postal Service, which I think is good enough. I just kind of wanted the bright red. Okay, I'll use this. And I like to double Baker's twine because it's so thin. Got lots of blue. Lots of blue. Okay. So I cut a cup more than I needed, but I have a good reason for that. Baker's twine, of course, will unravel, and sometimes that's okay, but I don't really want it to unravel. I just cut the loop there. So now I have 4 loose strands. So I'm going to tie a knot in the end. It's easier to do that when the string is long, but I can make the knot go down further. So is that still too long? I don't think so. It's really hard to tie these knots if you cut your thread, your twine, too short. And they don't all have to be the same length. And it's also cool if you cut the twine above the knot more, and then you get a little bit of raveling above the knot. That's cool too. Okay, so there's that. Next, last project I have for today is an index card. It doesn't have lines on it, but it's coffee dyed. And I'm just taking the bottom part of one of my vintage receipts. These are really fragile to use on their own, so it's best to use them glued down. But I love this out of a Raleigh's product catalog. Oh no, this is from the Raleigh's catalog. This is from this Mother Goose, which was from the Metropolitan Life Insurance Company. So this is a part of the poem. This is the way we eat oatmeal. And I thought it was really cute. And I'm using this almanac table just as a background. And I want this number 30 to show, so I'm going to glue her up there in the center. So it's pretty basic, easy collage here. That was quick and easy. I don't even need to ink around it because the card is coffee dyed. Although I could ink around it, but I'm not going to. And I don't think I need to add anything else to this one. I like it just the way it is. Like I said, the back doesn't have lines on it, so I could stamp some lines, but I think I'm just going to leave it. So, what we did in this video, where's the first one? It was a bingo card. There it is. So, because I already had things prepped for this video, it didn't take long, but also these were quicker projects. So in this video, we did this bingo card. And this tag. And a coffee dyed index card. And again, in the previous video, we did these. Oh, I stamped on the back. So I've done 6 in almost an hour and a half. But it was fun, and I got to use some of my supplies that I love and just don't use that much. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really enjoying this Somerset, inspired by Somerset, because it's really cool to get inspired by an idea that you see and then make it your own. And it looks totally different from the inspiration. So that's really cool. And I'd love to see if you make anything with this inspiration. I'd like to see it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.